spirits, mysterious death and a structure with a split personality await the team as we journey to Morecambe.
Wait a minute, which... I've never been so frightened.
The most haunted team, including blonde presenter Yvette Fielding, loiter in the dark. They recoil from what they believe to be phantoms. A skull sits on a shelf between two lit candles. The team march across a shadowy courtyard by night wearing dark clothes, in glowing white letters, "Most Haunted," with ITFC audio description. Daytime, a broken window looks out over the bay in Morecambe. The choppy sea rolls up against a breakwater. Yvette is in a grand red brick building on the promenade, wearing a comfy-looking black coat.
Hello, I'm Yvette Fielding, and this week we have travelled across the country to what was once known as the Naples of the North, and a place literally full of paranormal activity. Welcome to Most Haunted and Morecambe's Winter Gardens.
Yvette is on stage in a derelict theatre. A radar highlights Morecambe in the northwest of England.
During the late 19th century, architects Mangle and Littlewood constructed the Morecambe Winter Gardens, a theatre built during the seaside tourism boom on the site of a public seawater baths. The theatre was one of the 5 largest in the country and designed to be a grand music hall with 5 bars and a once open promenade area. Throughout its working life, it played host to all the famous faces of popular entertainment in the history of variety. From Marie Lloyd, Laurel and Hardy through to Morecambe and Wise, the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. It's where one of Britain's best love actresses, Thora Hird, began her career, and it was here she met her future husband, who was the drummer with the resident band.
The front of the Winter Gardens building rises to a peak at the centre.
During the Second World War, it was pressed into service by the RAF as a training facility, and after the war saw use as a cinema. Its slow decline coincided with the boom in television, and the summer season shows that it relied on became less and less popular, as cheap foreign package tours took holidaymakers away from the uncertain weather of the British seaside to guaranteed sunshine abroad. It finally closed its doors in 1977 and is now owned by the Friends of the Winter Gardens, who are determined to return it to its former glory. What more could our historian, Leslie Smith, tell us about this substantial venue and its supposed phantoms?
Stories of ghosts abound here within the theatre. It has been said for a long time that there's an invisible line that runs right down the middle. On one side, there's evil, and the other side, good. But when you read some of the ghost stories and the sightings that people have experienced here, what you actually feel is the theatre is full of ghosts.
The theatre stands empty.
Tonight, on the first night of investigation, we're going to explore the good side. I can't tell you too much about it, and that's because we're going to see what we find. But what I do know as a historian is there have been so many people with experiences here. On the good side, you'll definitely find something, and maybe some of the dark will creep over too. When a child of 7 comes here and sits here and cheers, this place must have been some kind of heaven. Tonight we might find that invisible line, and in one case it'll be heaven, and in the other, I suspect, it will be hell.
Yvette.
The whole of the theatre is said to be haunted by many different spirits and poltergeists, but it's the bar and ladies' toilets here on the Circle that is one of the most active places. Before it was a bar, this area was originally used as an office for the theatre's architects, Mangle and Littlewood. They loved this place so much that they refused to leave, even in death. Their ghosts have been seen wandering all over the theatre, but mainly in this area at alarming regularity. Sometimes they appear as a mist, but sometimes as a full apparition. So what will greet us tonight?
A shadowy figure walks past the window in a door marked Ladies.
An Edwardian woman is thought to haunt all around the lower gods, and this particular staircase. She died after falling down the stairs, but mystery surrounds her untimely demise. It was late one evening when she argued with her married lover. Shouting was heard, quickly followed by a loud scream, and then nothing. The boyfriend insisted she fell as she ran down the stairs in an attempt to get away, but many think that she was pushed. When seen on these stairs, she's said to glare at any unsuspecting onlooker and fall as though she'd been pushed. Is this phantom trying to tell us something? We've all night to find out.
In a bare brick room,
A plethora of spirits have been seen here in the top-level dressing room. The spectre of a wardrobe lady has been witnessed here many times. It's thought that she used to be a dancer, but her spirit remains out of bitterness and grief for a failed career. Dark shadows, thought to be a group of people, are said to haunt this floor as well. When seen, the shadows move and engulf any guest with terrifying results. Another entity that roams this level is a woman in an RAF uniform. She doesn't like to interact with people, as when seen, she just slowly fades away. Intense heat and hot spots have been felt here with no apparent reason why.
a burly guy loiters in the dark.
Parapsychologist Dr. Kieran O'Keefe rejoins the team, and I was eager to get his view on what we might expect from the coming investigation.
Kieran, this is an amazing location. It's absolutely enormous. You can tell, how beautiful it used to be, and just over 2,000 people would be sat in this theatre. A lot of ghosts here, a lot of apparitions. What do you think to this place?
As you said, this is an amazing place, and the Most Haunted team have investigated theatres before, but this has a very different feel about it, because you can imagine the hustle and bustle and the excitement of witnessing something on the stage, but now there's just nothing here. It's just completely dilapidated.
There are lots of different places here. Because it's so big, we've got the basement, we've got the circle area, we've got the dressing rooms that obviously are no longer anything like a dressing room at all. They're just sort of bricked up rooms. But as I say, there's lots of different areas with different feels about them. Do you think that will affect us in different ways?
I think we have to be very careful with the different rooms and areas because they'll provoke a different reaction. So, for example, the stage area and the seating area where we're sitting now is very different to the feel of the place when you go under the stage into the basement area. That area, even for me, is a little bit spooky when you look at it for the first time.
Now, we're not just staying here one night, we're doing 2 separate investigations here because there is a good side to the theatre and a really nasty side to the theatre. That's a first for us.
It is. Doing a 2-night investigation is not unusual, but like you say, 2 very different emotional areas and certainly 2 very different areas in terms of the phenomena that people have reported. It will play on the minds of the team, though, and it's something I'll pay very close attention to. Everybody on the team knows the reason why we're doing the 2 nights. They know that one night is the good night, one night is the bad night. And I'm concerned that there might be a little bit of suggestion at work. People might report more negative experiences on the bad night versus positive experiences on the good night.
We're actually sat on the good side here.
All right, but we're safe here.
We're safe here for the moment, absolutely fine.
Joined by guest medium and psychic artist Brian Shepherd, the team were keen to commence our scrutiny of Morecambe Winter Gardens and begin with a lit walk around in order to gain a better understanding of the building's incredible size. What will we learn of its paranormal history in the coming hours?
Please, make yourself known.
And if you're here, please can you make a noise?
There's a distinct... Oh my God!
It was a woman's cry, but very faint.
The team touch each other's fingers as they conduct a séance.